Like 8 items.
We talk about buyback management as well. That also impacts on that.
Yeah.
If they've blown everything, buy back.
It's true.
Gee, remember the changes to Warcry. This is just so much life that OG walks around with. This is why it's really the set special. I wouldn't even be surprised if you want to put it into a 4 roll. Thompson, a little bit trickier. He's stealing some damage. It's level 1 lightning, so he's producing some damage when you got 3 heroes there. Also in the spin, ILTV, he's going to go for the Skywrath mate on the wrong side of the tracks, and that's why Jirax rolling boulders down. It's a 1-for-1 trade-off, but boom.
That I believe has no connection to... I don't know what it is. It's just
everything connects back to anime syndrome, so
yeah,
obviously it's a character there. Top lane, that's a dive onto Joe Cam. He's well underneath the tier 1 tower. Jirax and Nortel just seem to
in and take the man fight on the lane, but he can't really do that against Lina. She outranges him. Very hard to get static link off in the first place, and even if you do, Lina can skill that stun on level 4 most likely to just
she'll get the
keep
space.
him at bay.
Like she just out DPSs Thompson early on, right? And harasses Seb. That's a little deep and aggressive. It's still a level 2 Sven on the run back out. Thompson's actually really low as well in the mid. He's going to burn that salve already.
Yeah. Makoto is playing very aggressive as he should in this lane.
Jirax. And a fall, once again, this spin from the Juggernaut. The panel was calling Jugger trash, but for the moment, you need to find them, because while this goes on, like, Tani's having a half-decent time against Seb on the bottom, obviously Seb going in deep. Lina's having a great time having no rotations against him. It's a 17-3 versus a 9-1 lane in mid. Yeah. And now Nortel locked in by the shards. He can't Icarus dive away. He's got Fire Spirits instead to lend the extra damage, allowing ILTV to move forward. Nice rolling boulder forward, but where's the control? The time walk up, and he will find the kill on that Faceless Void against the Skywrath, juking it in the tree lines. Gonna buy a little bit more time for the control to arrive, but it's in fact there for Boom ID. Turning into the Tusker, they want to find this kill, but the Juggernaut spin, trying to juke up then down through the fog. Will not work. Really? So low, taunting as he runs away from Jirax.
This base HP region is higher.
T2s, be it live or replay or slacks. He can analyze them later.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one.
We can wait till tomorrow. Top lane, this Skywrath being such a pain. The bottom lane, Seb's being harassed as well. Back behind the tower, nice shards. Blocking in Seb, he'll have to go out and then around, but the avalanche stun him up slowly. Dying underneath his own tier 1 tower.
So, yeah, nice movement so far again. Boom ID now 2k up. What was the bounty rune trade-off? Was that a 3-for-1?
It was a 3-for-1.
Yeah.
And they're rotating into what's mid again, so you start up the static link, but now look who's coming in. So Thompson, he's got a lot of stolen damage, but it won't matter. Skywrath Mage just rotates in, one quick seal at Fire Up Laguna, and just...
A lot of TI, I believe. Like it's Skywrath Mage. You know, these like you said, nukers. I personally find those heroes to be his best, but you'd imagine OG are doing this for a reason, that they have some sort of, perhaps developed this like
into what's mid, rolling boulder is coming in from Jirax, but he gets sealed up. There was no kick, there's nothing really follow up from Jirax, so Razor is already down. Tusker will be the rebuttal thanks to the extra help that arrived from Nortel, and that will help ensure the kill onto Lina, or maybe not. G just bottle charges up through it. Around the timing of the Fire Spirits tick.
Yep. No shrines available for them though, so probably has to go back to base, or at least get a bottle that it doesn't refill in the backpack. But you know, it could be. Maybe he's never had 6 items before.
They're going to mid, concussive, seal, and they just need one extra damage. No, the shards push Thompson further away. The stick charges kept them alive a little bit longer, but the orbs, they're still following through. There's no way to survive this while that's going on.
It's far behind in the laning stage, but they're up against a 6-0 Juggernaut in this safe lane.
Do you like the Juggernaut as well, going in for this early Yasha as opposed to completing up an early Battle Fury and just escalating his farm further?
I've seen different builds from Juggernaut. Actually, wait a second, rolling boulder, very nice combination.
Perfect kickback from Jirax. The avalanche from FBZ causing a couple of problems, but they want to just move back up, but that's that Warcry. They just don't have the damage to get through. Now it's going to wear off, so the shields are gone. Seb, he is well in too deep, and a quick Laguna Blade.
They still do manage to connect with Snowball, but this... And it's the Juggernaut top, yeah. Oh, he spins them both. He has stick charges. Oh boy, didn't get time walk off in time.
There you go.
From OG.
3 cameras and goodbye bottom lane. Nortel dies just from the Dragon Slave.
I think I've got time to talk. Never mind, let's not talk about Juggernaut.
Yeah,
Let's let
Jirax is dead
die
again.
now as
Okay,
well.
now you got time.
You got a bounty rune though.
Or maybe not. There's TPs coming up.
Really big. The other one is, what if I go like a hybrid thing? Yasha also increases farming speed, but also makes me a strong fighter. And then I can keep up with the pace
The
of my
fight,
team.
they've already found their target.
Yep.
It's going to be Seb. He had no way to survive this. Basically, he's jumping in. He's got time dilation on 4 heroes, but there's no Chrono Spirit into the Omni Slash. Juggernaut to do the work. Supernova in a great position, but there's no one else to protect it. Not enough. The Fire Spirit's out, so buyback comes in. Snowball as well, going towards Thompson as Jokham. He'll be there. Nortel giving the life through the Sun Ray, but it's also not enough. And then sealed up. There's going to be a dieback. OG are falling apart. The seams. Shard blocked up. Even Jiras cannot escape. No way out. They're all dead. And OG even bought back during that.
To carry the fights right now with their team fight spells, but the requirement for that is that you get a chrono off, so now is the timing, perhaps.
Perhaps, but at the same time, Boom ID, like, okay, they're going to go after Jokham, but the silence is just too good. These are quick and easy abilities that can just easily come back off cooldown for Boom ID to fight once more. Supernova's down, the Chronosphere, it's good. This will be able to impact. Tuskar cannot get back out again. The stun's onto the Juggernaut, and now OG, they've got the power in the back lines. However, the Snowball, he actually is surviving a lot longer than he really should. In fact, Tuskar finally will go down. Faceless Void doing some work on Thompson with that 141 damage stolen. Now he actually has the damage to bring to the fight. OG, now they've turned up. 4 heroes down for Boom ID. They're
a bit unlikely that OG is just going to randomly show up 5 heroes mid and try to roll on you, but they identify that they have to take a team fight with their spells, and fortunately for them, I think if Lina did actually lose this fight too.
Yeah.
The Egg would have definitely died to Alina, but I don't know if OG saw Lina on a ward. I don't think they had one, so maybe they just took a risk sometime.
Kind of extra ping on it. Jirax is the neighborhood, so Skywrath Mage and Spirit will say hi to each other. The seal comes, but he already got the rolling bomb up at FBZ. So quick to move forward thanks to that Blink Dagger on the time. Another 20 seconds on cooldown. Boom ID capitalized, pushing the mid. Warcry already out. Seb looks for, actually failed the stuns. They got the spin out from the Juggernaut, but Snowball forward. They really want to attack into Thompson. He's crossed over the river while the rest of OG are hunting the Skywrath Mage. TPs are out from Boom ID and they are leaving. Is that team fight sustain that Carl was talking about? Like what happens if Juggernaut does lose damage? Like you cast your abilities and who's got the follow-up? Like, yes, Skywrath can nuke a lot. You've got 4 Nard Talismans just fueling this. He did exactly what we were talking about at the draft stage. It's no boots. There's 4 Nulls on Skywrath. Chronosphere up on top.
They missed
Support's coming in, but Phoenix, he didn't get the Nova off. Now it will happen, but Juggernaut arrives, starts his spin, so he'll instantly get through the Nova, and OG bit in the butt. That is not what they wanted at all. And Thompson's now arriving as well. Spins in the neighborhood. He's got a Stormbolt available. He'll throw it out onto the Juggernaut, so they're going to start stealing out that damage. He does get into the Omni Slash, but Thompson, he's still stealing the damage even through the Omni Slash. So there was almost no damage out from that, but it will not matter when Lina has the range, has the distance, and also have the extra amplification from Seal. So they'll try and lock in Seb. He's got the 1 charge available, but he is battling 1v4. Warcry again, but you'll scepter him up, bring it back down again, no movement, no strength, and that is one very dead Sven.
That was a team wipe. They kill the egg fast with Jugger and Lina, and things kind of just escalated from there.
This is a little bit nicer. ILTV has managed to find the Lina, so they just need to keep the control up. Jirax rolls forward. Lina thought she actually had a little bit of an opportunity, because
at least, but now plenty of time for the support TPs to come in. Beautiful double stun from Lina. They pile onto these 3 heroes, immediately getting all 3 kills, and then afterwards, really surprising again, why are OG went in 2-on-4 afterwards? Just lost extra heroes.
FBZ's trying to have the balls to try and play this. He was looking to blink in, take out Roshan. Jirax just tanked it up as Faceless Void. ILTV is finally able to kill off Roshan. He got bashed up a couple of times, which slowed up the process, while Tuskar, controlled up by the ES, Skywrath makes him focused. And Omni Slash, they can tank it together. There is a lot of strength in this lineup, especially in this Ven. So out now of the Omni Slash. Try and run yourself away. The Sunray looking to burn through. They've got the stun. They'll get rid of that healing ward as well. And now they can finally get the kill on the Juggernaut. Hilariously enough, Tuskar's
speed helps out a lot. So he has 2 good allies to use that on. It's very nice. A lot of the time people, at least in the past, think,
careful, Jirax. He did not want to go up there. Thompson's nearby. Jirax is actually surviving a decent amount of time, but not long enough. They toss back down Thompson, but Seb will arrive with a Storm Bolt, so Tiny stunned up, still on the retreat. There's a lot of players from Boom ID potentially ready to fight. They're able to do so. Laguna Blade, heavy damage. Albert faces Boy, jumps forward. He hits the tomb and then Chrono. Tiny together. They'll be pulled in by the shards. So both players down as you move further to the north. Durax get another rolling boulder down and actually over towards the Tusker, kicking him up the hill away from Thompson. Maybe not a full part of the plan as Faceless Boy has now finally gone down. But watch that Omni Slash. Watch that bounce back out again. Juggernaut's managed to retreat down south while the Tusker has finally fallen. Durax gets some health from No Tail. But Juggernaut should be very happy he was able to survive as 5, same as Boom ID who smoked up. Tusker, he'll reveal himself for the moment, and Warcry from Seb. They'll catch on 3, gets the Storm Bolt out, and maybe with the healing wall they have enough life, but the steal is over on the Faceless Void. He cannot get the Chrono Spear off. Silence up, remember he slipped up that jump and goes into the back lines. Will he? No, he's holding it for the moment. Instead, it's just all the initiation going into the Tusker. Finish the job. The spin is out, and the Nova, no! He didn't get the last hit! The Supernova will pop thanks to the Chrono Spear! From ILTV, finally in time, the kick flies in, and it actually clips the wings of Skywrath Mage. Oh boy, Lena wants to get out. Durax rolling boulders forward. He'll get that stun from it, and Lena, a quick Yulsep tries to buy some more time, but he's got an earn charge on him, ticking out the Lena, down to 30 HP. Another one applied by Durax, and it will not matter. He's in invis with a Shadow Blade. The lead
when it does come out. So maybe Lena needs a different mobility item, either a BKB so she can stand strong and try to just get the egg in the BKB, or a dagger perhaps to get in position. Oh, they're trying to go on the Razor here.
Yeah, FBZ throwing Thompson away so he can't steal any more damage. He's already taken 87 points of it, but Durax in the neighborhood, so is Seb. And Tusker has to hide inside the snow. It's the only way to stay alive for the moment. He'll actually stun up Durax on the way through, but it will not matter. Thompson's already found the kill. On
say that was that.
That's right.
It's okay,
I'm sure the panel will do it when Kyle stops talking about relativity.
Yeah, no, I'm sure Kyle will talk about this. Exactly.
Yeah. Seb's in trouble up on top lane. He does not have the life to survive this, and this shows that single target. Boom ID just need to catch one person out. How many times has OG done this? Hey, it's a bait. Like Seb was, well, he's very renowned for doing that. Top lane, it's going to be FBZ into the Supernova. He knows he can't kill it. Durax rolling forward. Tiny has to cancel the TP, and there is no way for this Tiny to escape. He cannot do anywhere near enough damage, even with Echo and Crystallis. He could hit hard, but not when you're perma-stun.
Just barely got the Supernova off. They're
actually going for Roshan
from Ags.
This will be a tier 2 for Roshan trade by the looks of it.
Yeah. It's very good for OG. This is the game-winning Roche for them that they would be planning for probably. Get the Aegis and Cheese, get their spells ready, and try to push high ground.
Now it's Durax's turn to walk up through the mid. They actually got a quick silence off underneath the tier 2 tower. No talent to Icarus dive himself away. Skywrath Mage, thanks to the Magnetize, Durax can just get the solo kill on the Skywrath Mage. Roshan has been completed, but Tusker well on the wrong side of the tracks. He's got a TP scroll available, but nowhere to run to safely get it off. So 3 play.
I mean, it was very memorable.
Yep.
Everybody remembers that name.
Yep.
Anyway.
God Strength, Warcry once again kicking in with the God Strength. There's so much damage arriving from this Ven. Thompson can just tank through almost everything. The shards will not block him. Faces.
Invisibility.
About maybe cutting this wave. Didn't go for it though. Could have pulled it away, which would have been risky, but could pay off big here. Skywrath doesn't kill it.
Jump in. Does he want to go on it? No, the seal's already being committed. Nice and early on. That's a decent cooldown on.
Killed the courier with Walrus Punch. Not bad.
Durax jumps in. They found their instant target onto the Skywrath Mage. So there goes that silence control the Boom ID has been exploiting so well. Buyback will come in from the Skywrath Mage. They'll at least buy it back. Juggernaut would love to have a fight for the moment. There's your jump forward, Faceless Void. They try and actually protect him, and they do. Tusker already down. Faceless Void just jumps in deeper after Scarif Mage under the tier 4 towers. Laguna still not enough to kill the Void. Remember, he's got the Aegis Immortal. He doesn't care if he dies even in front of the fountain. Do they look for this kill? 3 players alive. Jirax a rolling boulder in, gets a stun over on Tiny and kicks the Faceless Void back out of any initiation that Boom ID was thinking of, but this won't stop the Juggernaut from bouncing forward. But they're just going. I don't know if Boom ID have what it takes to defend this.
OG still have their big team fight. They haven't used any spells except the Sven ultimate. So if Boom ID isn't going to be able to take the fights, then they're just going to end the game anyway. You have to try to fight into the scary combo.
He got the jump right over on top of the Lina, looking for the Chronosphere. There is no target. Everyone's too grouped up together, and Tiny's done out the back line. Jirax, he's just made the job of holding out the rock. Spin is down, but this is an Aghanim Scepter Phoenix. You know it takes so much to get through the egg, and they're unable to do it, which means Thompson has all the time to steal the damage to really win the game. Boom ID is still putting up a fight, but Lina finally punched down by the Earth Spirit. Jirax will rolling boulder down, lands another stun, and actually gets himself a double kill for his efforts. Tiny tries to do as much as he can. Jirax, they just tank through this. Warcry buff up, they have the shields, the Lotus Orb will not protect enough, and maybe the Boom ID actually has enough here. Thompson, he's already consumed the cheese, looks to steal more of the damage and able to do so. Hold the Juggernaut inside the Chronosphere, even the Sunray burning Tiny on the other side of time and space. Seth gets the double stun out. Boom ID, the reinforcements wanted to come in, but it was stopped in the tracks, and OG will take game 1 after what was a bit of a rough early game.
That was very, very close to being a hold for Boom ID. I think the Phoenix Egg had 1 health left.
Yep.
There is no one else.
Yeah.
Puppy's the only other one that you could say is in there, but it was Dendy was the playmaker, right? So for the first 3 years of Dota's life, he's probably the greatest player.
For kills.
That's a lot of damage he's
Have they actually, like, they've totally zoned out the bottom. Like, Notel is still holding back Io, who's over in the tree line. He does not have support. Morphling went to the top with the ET, and Tiny is walking to the bottom lane. Jirax will arrive, but Notel's already got the first.
This is bad news. He used his TP. Dying here is actually just flat out lane losing. He cannot die here.
Jirax doesn't have the stroke of fate, but he has the stun to allow.
Or you do it the Gambit way and just don't let them come back. That's another way.
ET is looking towards the mid. I don't think he realized how much support was arriving. Both the supports, Notel and Jirax, playing together. And there's that Frost Shield onto Thompson. No one can stay close. They've rotated in towards the mid to keep the defense up. Without the Chakram, maybe Thompson doesn't have the power to push through, and they will deny the mid tier 1 tower. Jirax was looking for the quick hit, won't get it however. Stomped up instead, the follow through is there thanks to the torrent. Jirax just wants to slow them all down and get the extra range. The whirling depth, they're going to pull it back in with the X mark spot for Notel. Looking over towards the Elder Titan, but Thompson's going for the Io and Conquer combination. That's not going to really be enough. So they tether over to the ET. They could now look to potentially battle into the Lich.
This is
maybe a little bit more tentative about it as Thompson does hit his 6.
This is a 6-minute mid tower, even if it gets denied. This really important centerpiece in map control is lost that early. So I would say OG are in a really...
I think Thompson's looking for his own kill, thanks to the fact they have the Observer Ward. They could see the Conquer. Chakram will slow him down. Notel gonna get the Frost Shield over. It's a good torrent to connect over on 2, but the Frost Shield still continues the slow. Pull him back in with a Sinister Gaze, and with a Chakram slow down, again, this Conquer just cannot move. Maybe Morphling. Oh! He waveforms over. Skewer is available. Jirax will arrive, and he's going to push him back underneath the tier 1 tower. They're going to find that extra damage that's done from Jirax. Well, it doesn't have to connect. They have the damage.
Armor running, so he's playing super aggressive, and even if he dies to a 3 or 4 hero rotation, it's not even the biggest loss in the world because of how much space he's creating. So at least a nice killer for Boom ID. They find the Lich.
Yep.
Trying to connect over on Jugger as well. Obviously spells have been expended, so can't get him.
So Juggernaut won't have the easy heal up. That's the Eye with 3 points up in Spirits and 4 points in the toss from Tiny. Just trying to find that quick combination. Trouble now in mid lane. Conquer just wants to get the hell out of here. The ship tries to buy a little bit of time, but silenced up. Avalanche, Tiny He really seems to be the one, FBZ, to do the work for Boom ID. Support arrived from Io, tethering down, but he doesn't have a lot of regeneration. 3 stick charges to share between them, but that won't stop the Tiny from turning around, beating into Jirax, but the trade-off is still going to be a 1-for-1 for the supports, and Thompson wants to find more. He is forcing the heavy rotations, exactly what you were talking about, Sin. He's unleashed his own Dire Observe Ward. Seb will arrive, the Shockwave is well off target. But Timbersaw just cannot be stopped.
So maybe you can hit like a minor timing where you can kill him, but if you don't have the draft tools to deal with this hero in this kind of situation, it's tough. He's playing against 4 strength heroes, and they can't deal with him.
Omnislash just dodges the ship, at least there's a little less damage coming into him, but getting rid of the Silent Stick, but now into spin as well. Under the tier 1 tower. It's a little too easy for ILTV. But I'm watching the mid. RP is up. Seb is looking for his own opportunity. May want a little bit of help, and here it comes inside the Timber. Okay, just continuously stunned. The ET split will be able to find both of them down. The RP to catch out too, and then Jirax combines it together. The double silence. Everyone's fates are connected. And that is Tiny ET down. Kunka's already gone, and it looks like Io is going to end up in the same position. Jirax with the triple.
Kind of mistimed it, didn't even matter. The heroes are way too tanky and they're not dying in this situation, so they need to combine it perfectly. I think you might just have to accept, okay, Timbersaw God is going to stand mid, and we have to put pressure elsewhere on the map. If you keep gravitating toward Timbersaw's lane, you're just going to lose the game there. Oh, Seb got cancelled on the TP. Nice kill.
This is back to line at the bottom of your screen where Seb died. And then up towards top. Morphling has adaptive strike the Timbersaw away, but no tail. Okay, sure. Commits the Chain Frost to get the kill onto the ledge.
It's a big kill.
Relocate in from the Io as well as Tiny trying to do something more about this. Okay! Goodbye, Io! They could not get through the 20. Builds up the reactive armor charges.
He's not dying this game.
Yeah.
I just don't see
they have no burst damage that can actually reach him before the armor charges come up.
And he's buying the hood now, and then he's invincible.
Yeah. Well, Elder Titan's in trouble. Jirax can easily silence him up.
Boom ID look lost in this game.
Yeah, but they still keep fighting.
Oh, double chip.
Oh, yeah, that's way too powerful. Bouncing through. And you got some frostbite, and they still don't separate it with the waveform forward. They can get the kill onto Jirax, that'll mean something, but Thompson still standing his ground, jumping through, avoiding the ship. He's got the last little bit of a gift in the form of the frost armor. Tiny is low. No-Tail believes he can just solo him up inside the river. They just try and keep the Timbersaw away. Seb has now finally arrived.
Pipe and has a casual Basilius here, and it doesn't really matter for the state of this game anyway. They could kind of destroy a couple of items and probably be fine. It's another kill from ILTV. We'll grab the Wisp very easily. Yesterday on 80%.
Okay.
Across the game. So he had the best score. I think I was 67.
I could have been at 100% if I didn't ride and die with you.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Morphling's in a hell of a lot of trouble up on top lane as dead for 30 seconds and in towards the Tommy. Are you Omnislash Dio?
Yep. This is level 4 Empower. We haven't even talked about Empower this game. It hasn't even felt like it was a necessary factor for OG to win, but they even have that backing them up after crushing the lanes. They also have the strongest farming tool in the game, so...
They're going after Kunka. The Sentry Ward was dropped, so No-Tail can pull him back in with the Sinister Gauge and then just commits the Lich Ultimate. No need to combine it with Jir.
I always try to look at what both teams can do in these situations. I think this is the kind of the best play they have.
That was nice, but the RP gonna catch out too, skewer him back over again, and then quickly into the spin. The ET Splitter will buy a little bit of space, but not really enough. Io has to buy back to try and keep the Tiny alive, but the Sinister Gauge of No-Tail just pulling back FBZ. They cannot walk away from this.
I think that was the absolutely best play Boom ID had, and they still died 2 heroes. But there was no better play than bursting the Jugger there. He's the only guy hitting the tower. You can't reach the back lines. You will get RP'd. They get that one-shot burst kill, but now they have no follow-through, so they will lose at least 1 lane of barracks. Question is if they can somehow find a team fight off of this on maybe try to get the Jugger in. He's actually relatively low here.
Yeah, so. It's 8 seconds till Tiny's back up again. He's the one that caused the problems. They don't really want to stick around for the fight unless they can get a lot more. Here comes the ship, and look at it again. It's just Juggernaut being the primary target. ET will die, but a very quick buyback. Seb already committed the RP. So now, boom, actually have a little bit more strength to fight until they lose the Io. They've lost the regeneration, but FBZ, there's your burst power into Durax. Take care of these supports. No Tails could be the next one to fall with the last little tree.
Just kill
But
Thompson,
now,
guys. Just
can you kill the raid boss? Seb is waiting to help out with any kind of shockwaves. It's like, screw the raid boss. Look for the Magnus. He's underneath the creep wave on top. Don't look at the timber saw.
I can see Thompson's
Medusa.
face. I can see Thompson's face right now. I bet he's just laughing. Yeah, it's like he didn't even go for the hood. He went Holy Locket, so he has even more regeneration. He's currently sitting on 74 HP regen and 40 armor, and he also has the Bloodstone that he can activate to heal. What's that? 60% of his max health. That's about, is that 1300 or something?
It's ridiculous is what it is. They're going to go again. He'll chain himself up and away from the ship. So not getting hit by that, still standing its ground. The rest of OG is still wondering, it's like, do we need to actually come and help? Because they're battling up in the top river. They're looking for their own kill. They've caught out the Elder Titan. So Seb and Durax will work together. Just Morphling is like, maybe I can become the powerhouse if I just turn myself into Thompson. I'm Thompson, right?
Oh, this is some of the most absurd stuff I've seen in a while. He's actually literally 1 on 5, and he doesn't care.
Yep.
Can't die.
Well, there's your Chain Frost. Gonna bounce up and back down again. It wasn't the perfect control. Yeah, you're right. No soulbind control, so Io just relocates the Morphling back into relative safety inside the fountain. But at this rate, I think Thompson may be able to tank that as well.
Might be a bit too ambitious right now.
Yeah, we're still 20 minutes into a game.
I mean, if he wants to, I'd like to see it. I want to see how long he can survive in there. Not too long, I think. No, it's pretty
Jumping up towards top, looking for that initial target. Once again, the Juggernaut's the primary target, and they're looking to hold him in a little bit longer as FBZ can someone finally put him down. 180, but the 3-man RP does the work, and into the Omni Slash. They have the damage, but Kunkka has the Invis, walks himself away. Io and Morphling will not be so lucky for this, and Timbersaw, it's already GG. Calling it to the end, but 20 minutes and 33 seconds. That was